welcome to this edition of Country Cooking. Today we're doing a Father's Day dinner for our dads and our husbands, soon-to-be fathers, just to show them that we appreciate them. And our meal, this edition is going to be prime rib, garlic mashed potatoes, and cream puffs. So we'll be right back and show you how to get going on this.
Valley Wireless is back and better than ever. Join the nation's most reliable network and take advantage of our special promotions on now. Sign up for Valley Wireless and get your Valley internet service for just $29.99 per month. Or choose HD DVR for just $6.99 per month. Add a Wi-Fi tablet for just $10 more per month. Plus, receive 3 months of free wireless service. Many other special offers are available. To learn more about Valley Wireless, call 437-2615.
We're going to start with the prime rib, and I actually got mine in Eureka. Thanks, Clyde. He cut it down to about a 6-pound prime rib for me because we didn't need the huge slab. So if you're looking for a prime rib, make sure to go to Ken's Food Fair in Eureka. We're going to start with the prime rib. You want to put the fatty side up because it's going to keep your prime rib roast from drying out. And you're going to season it, and it's going to look like we're really doing a lot of seasoning on it, but as it is, you need to have a lot on there to give it the good flavor. So I'm starting with seasoning salt, and I'm going to turn this thing orange. And I know you guys are going to think, wow, she's really putting the salt on, but you've got to really have it that way. So don't panic. It's on the fat. It's going to just give flavor to the roast. And your pepper. And you want to start out with the 500-degree oven. And I've already preheated mine. So it's ready to go into the oven. You are to cook it 15 minutes for every pound. So I have a 6-pound here. So it's going to be about an hour and a half before my roast is ready. Okay, so once you've got it seasoned, then you're going to go ahead and put your meat thermometer into the roast. And we're going to put it in the oven uncovered. A little side note for you. They say on recipes that you're supposed to start with a room temperature roast, so you could take it out a couple hours ahead of time and let it sit on the counter. I know people kind of cringe at the thought of that, but that's what the recipe says, so we're going to go for it. Then we're just going to put it in the oven. We're going to start out at the 500 degrees for 20 minutes. Now that it's in the oven, after the 20 minutes is up, we're going to go ahead and decrease the temperature down to 325 degrees. And that's when we'll start our 15-minute intervals per pound. So 2 hours from now, we should actually be ready to eat prime rib. While that's working or cooking, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the cream puff because that also takes some time to bake and stuff. So we'll start with that in just a moment when I get my stuff together. Be right back.
Don't miss this hot offer from Valley to kick off your summer. Sign up for Video TV this month and receive free installation plus HD and DVR free for 1 month. Call Valley at 437-2615 to find out how you can take advantage of this great offer.
Prime rib is in the oven cooking. We're going to go ahead and start with the cream puffs. You're going to start with 1 cup of water, a half a cup of butter, and you want to bring that to a boil. Once it boils, remove it from heat, and you're going to pour in 1 cup of flour. And you're going to mix this, and it's going to get really sticky and thick looking. Just keep stirring until it's all combined. And once you get it combined, then you're going to start adding the 4 eggs. Only 1 at a time, though. You want to mix each egg in really good. So this is going to take a little bit of time just to get these beat in there. Now that we've got the cream puff batter all mixed up, you can see it's pretty thick, and we're just going to go ahead and put it on an ungreased cookie sheet. And I'm using just a tablespoon, and I'm going to dollop them on here. We should be able to get about a dozen of them on the pan. They're going to puff up and take up space, so you want to kind of place them like you would cookies. And you're going to bake these in a 400-degree oven for, I would say, check that, 35 to 40 minutes, just to be on the safe side. All ovens are different, so you might want to keep an eye on them. Once they get to be that nice golden brown, then you can pull them out. Okay. Yep, we're going to get a dozen. Now how easy was that? I'm gonna go put these in the other oven. I will be back in just a minute.
According to the FBI, a burglary occurs somewhere in the United States every 15 seconds. Is your home or business adequately protected? Wireless security packages from Valley start at just $17 per month. Video surveillance for your home and business is also available from Valley. Call 437-2615 for more information or to set up a time for your free customized quote.
We're going to go ahead and start with our garlic mashed potatoes. And the recipe calls for 3-4 medium-sized baking potatoes, but I live on a farm and I have big guys here that like to eat. So I'm just going to do, from my opinion, what I think I need for my family. And I'm going to leave the skins on, so I've washed them up already and cleaned them up real good. Cut the bad parts off, and I'm just going to quarter them and stick them in here. I missed a spot. And then we're going to go ahead and get it on the stovetop and get them boiling for about 15 minutes or so until they're tender. You don't want to get them too mushy. So just quarter them however you want. Get it going like that. And we'll put it on to cook. Time's up for our prime rib. We're going to go ahead and take it out of the oven. And what you need to do now is take tin foil and put tin foil over the top, and you want it to rest. So then that way the juices are going to stay in it. So we're going to go ahead and cover it with tin foil and let it rest for 15 minutes. And while that's resting, we're going to go ahead and start whipping the garlic mashed potatoes. Okay, I need to drain the water off my potatoes. I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to whip them in my mixing bowl because that way we don't have as many lumps. So we're going to start with our cooked potatoes, and we're going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of salt. 4 tablespoons of butter. You want that at room temperature so that it melts into the potatoes real good. A 1/4 cup of sour cream, but actually I'm using a 1/2 cup because I'm making more potatoes and stuff than what the recipe actually calls for because I'm cooking for my family. You'll just have to kind of wing it if you're going to do for more people, like a 1/4 cup sour cream, a little bit more butter and stuff like that. And we're supposed to start out with just a small amount of the milk, but I think we need to add probably a 1/4 cup. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this in there, put that in there, and it calls for a teaspoon of finely minced garlic. You can use whole garlic cloves or you can use the minced garlic in a jar. To me, the jar is so much easier. So I'm just going to throw that in there. And after we're done, we'll salt and pepper them, but we're going to go ahead and mix this up right now. We'll have our garlic mashed potatoes, our prime rib is roasting, our cream puffs are about ready to get put together, so our meal is almost complete. Okay, now the garlic mashed potatoes are done. We're going to put them in the kettle here and put the lid back on them. And a trick that I learned is if you have a larger pot of boiling water with just a little water in the bottom, you can set your potatoes in that kettle and it'll keep them warm and fluffy. They're not going to get dried out, but they're still going to be the temperature you want them when it's time to eat. So we're going to put those in here, and we'll check on the cream puffs to see how they're doing, so we'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage. This is the team you want on your side, taking you to the future with hometown pride. Broadband, TV, phone services too, bringing the latest technology home to you. Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, now that the meat is almost done and the potatoes are on the stove warming, we're going to go ahead and get the au jus ready. So it's just 3 cups of water, and I'm using a packet of au jus. You can actually buy it in little bottles, or you can buy the jars of the stuff. This is what I have, so we're going to use this. And you just put it on your stove and cook it like you're doing a gravy. So we're gonna let that cook. And while we're waiting for that to cook, we're gonna go ahead and add sugar to our strawberries because we're gonna use strawberries and Cool Whip with our cream puffs today. So I'm just gonna add some sugar to this. It'll make a juice, which is gonna be good. We're gonna go ahead and stir these up and let them sit until we're ready to plate the whole meal together. The guys should be coming in for lunch pretty soon. They've been out all day. John doesn't know that we're having prime rib for Father's Day, so he's worked hard. He deserves it. So that's what we're going to do. So we will be right back. Okay, now that the prime ribs had its time to set, we're going to go ahead and cut slices. And we'll plate this up and get everybody in here for lunch. Call them into the kitchen, I guess. We'll just put that on the plate. And we'll go ahead and add our garlic mashed potatoes that have been sitting in the kettle for this little while, staying warm. Awesome way to keep your mashed potatoes. See how they're steaming? They didn't get dried out, so we'll put that on there. Then we're gonna get some au jus to add for the prime rib. And if you don't like your prime rib so pink, you can actually take a skillet or an electric frying pan or even a frying pan grill, whatever, and you can kind of brown it a little bit more on both sides to cook it up to the desired doneness that you'd like. So there's our prime rib. That's ready to go. And the last thing for Father's Day for his meal is to go ahead and get the cream puff ready. They turned out gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and add fresh strawberries that we just put sugar on and Cool Whip on top of that. And they're just kind of hollow. Add your fresh fruit or pudding, whatever you like. Some kids don't like either. They just like the Cool Whip in there, so you can do that. And then you turn around and add your Cool Whip on top. Put your top back on so it looks pretty neat. And there you have your Father's Day meal for those dads that we showed them that we really appreciate everything that they've done for us over the year, whatever. So, Dad, come and eat lunch. It's ready. Thanks. We'll see you next time.